Hey, how you doing today? I am Taquila Coleman. In today's video, we're going to talk about how long can this God ordained love story take? Okay, so this is one of the questions I get asked the most from our God ordained believer spouses, and I understand why you all are asking this question because you're probably looking at your age, you probably want children. Maybe when you look at your prodigal, you're not seeing the changes that you're praying for taking place in your protocol. And these are the things that could make one feel like you're going to be standing for a long time, right? And so, like I said, it's understandable, okay, why I get asked this question. And so I'm going to reveal to you just my own revelation God has given me concerning this stance and how to speed it up because we really can speed up this God ordained love story. Now, let me just first start off by saying, yes, we will have to go through the 9 stages, okay? I have the 9 stages God ordained believing spouses go through before you see this promise manifest. So we all will go through these 9 stages. However, because for some of us, we are getting stuck in the stages, right? So you want to make sure as you are going through these 9 stages, you're not getting stuck in the stage, right? It's easy to get stuck in the death or the barrier stage because that's usually when the breakup happened. That's usually when God places you and your prodigal in a divine separation. And that's also when you're more likely to fall into depression. You're suffering with a heartbreak, right? You're seeing your spouse off with the counterfeit, and then you're feeling hopeless, right? And that's when the doubts start kicking in. So you want to make sure if this is something you're going through right now, you don't get stuck here. Okay. You don't stay stuck here because God, one thing I'm learning about God is that God never stops. He continues to move, right? He continues to, move you forward, but he never stops. He never, wait for you to catch up. No, he will catch you up, okay, in this process. So no matter what stage you're in, okay, no matter what you're going through, you want to make sure that you are doing the right things that's going to help you to continue to move your love story forward or help you to continue to move forward in these stages, okay? Um, so if you come up under depression, then maybe for you, you want to go to counseling, go see a therapist, to help you work through that depression, okay? But like how I said, we all will have to go through the 9 stages, okay? But another thing that I'm noticing where I see acceleration at is that when I am obedient, okay? When I'm obedient to God's laws and commandments, right? Obedience is found in God's laws and commandments in the Bible. But not only that, when I am obedient to the instruction God gives me, right? And I'm talking about fast obedience, okay? Because with me, I don't know if God speaks to you like this, but with me, God give me time. He be like, okay, Tequila, he put like an urgency on his on certain instructions he gives to me, which makes me think this is a time period. I have to move. I can't procrastinate or try to overthink this. I have to move now by faith, right? So when I am obedient to God's instruction, when he tells me forgive your spouse, and I actually forgive my spouse, when he tells me to move and I actually move by faith, right? When he tells me to start the business and I actually launch the business, right? When he began to instruct me and tell me, like get out of the kitchen. And I listen and I get out of the kitchen. That's when I see acceleration happen in my own God ordained love story, right? And so another thing too, I want to remind everyone of because I talked about this in previous videos is that we are a mirror to our God ordained spouses. Okay. So however way you are showing up in this love story, you have the potential to if you're showing up in obedience, then you have the ability to pull your prodigal over into obedience as well. Okay. If you are moving into healing, you can pull your prodigal, like spiritually into healing as well. Right. If you are stepping into purpose day, you can pull them over into purpose. Okay. And I really believe this is one of the reasons why God tell us to get out of the kitchen, aka go back into divine separation. I really believe this is why God is constantly reminding us forgive your spouse, keep your heart clean. He would even advocate on behalf of the prodigal so that we always have the right perspective concerning why these things happen, why the prodigal responded to us this way, right? Because God understands that everything is spiritual before it's physical, and He understands. I call it the mirror concept, because I'm telling you, just from my own observation, it just seems like, I'll say it this way. So there's always going to be, like, God is the one leading His God ordained marriage, but with the two spouses, there's going to be one that is leading, okay? And it's going to be the God ordained believing spouse, right? And I really believe this is why God instructs the God ordained believing spouse to continue to move forward no matter what happens, right? This is why I always say God will lead the believing spouse into the promised land, and He will catch your prodigal spouse up, okay? So, obedience is one of the ways how we can, accelerate this God ordained love story. And again, obedience is found with you being obedient to God's laws and commandments. You're not sinning, you're not fornicating, you're not entertaining the counterfeit, you're not like masturbating, doing all these things, right? Like, you're living a pure life, okay? And then when you are obedient to God's instructions, whatever He is telling you to do, and you're doing it, you cleaning out the clutter in your home, you're moving, you're just moving by faith. And you starting the business. You're not overthinking all these things. You're just doing it because you are believing God on this level, right? And you trusting God on this level. I'm telling you, God will move on your behalf. He will fight on your behalf. He will go to war on your behalf, because your actions are now demonstrating to God, I trust you. I believe in you. I'm in alignment and agreement with you. Okay. So, so long story short, when we talk about how long can this God ordained marriage stance, take, it depends on you. It really does depends on you, because we're not waiting on God. God is waiting on us. Now, I will say this: if you are up under witchcraft attack, that can delay, His love story, God's love story, right? But even in that, God is still waiting on us, to learn how to, rebuke and cancel these witchcraft attacks. He's waiting on us to learn how to identify, all the different ways the enemy keep attacking you and your love story, so that now you can begin to come up against it and block it, right? That's what God is waiting on. So we're not waiting on God in this process. He's waiting on us to be obedient to His word, His instruction. He's waiting on us to use our authority in prayer. He's waiting on us, to step into our purpose and our calling, because when you get to the promised land, you have to be ready. That's not the time to get ready. I say this all the time. That's not the time to get ready. When God, um, you know, um, began to lead you into the promised land, which is stage 8 of this love story, you're already ready. You already equipped. You already know who the enemy, are in your love story. You already, understand the power of prayer. You already fasting, right? So, you don't have to get ready. And that's what I'm saying. We're not waiting on God. He's waiting on us. Okay. He's waiting on us to become a new person in this, love story. He's waiting on us to learn how to fight spiritually. He's waiting on us to, he waiting on us to stop waiting on our prodigal, and just continue to move forward and have faith that God is going to, catch the prodigal up, when it's their time, right? But He's really waiting on us to get things in place, okay? Because before God can release His God ordained marriage to you, there are certain things He wants you to have in place in your own life. He want that God ordained assignment. He is telling you to start. He want it already started. He wants you to, lay down that foundation. He want you to, like, already have started the business, already wrote the book. He want you to do certain things. Okay. He wants you, He will lead you to the promised land and tell you, go over there, and purchase this house, or go live right here, right? It's just certain things that God is looking for, and waiting on us to do. So we want to make sure in this process that we are doing our part. Okay. God would never release his God ordained spouse to another spouse who is broken on the inside. He's waiting on us to heal. He's waiting on us to grow. He's waiting on us to learn, okay, how to fight the enemy. He's waiting on us to break generational curses off our bloodline so that we can begin to close the door to the enemy. He's waiting on you to break that love and separation spell off of your marriage promise, okay? So when we begin to get in alignment with God and we begin to, move according to, how God is moving, and we start being obedient to his word and his instruction, and we start, just walking by faith, not by sight, and we breaking these things off of our life, we closing the doors to the enemy, we are growing and improving in our own lives. I'm telling you, you will see acceleration happen. You will see acceleration hit your God ordained love story. Okay. So that is my advice. It doesn't have to take long. It's really up to us because we're not waiting on God. He's waiting on us. Okay. So with that, I am Taquila Coleman. I'll talk to you real soon. Take care.